finally getting a chance to record my notes from RollerCon, my Stuck in the Middle with You class. I was writing up on the notes and I realized that it's really tough to describe some of this stuff in words. So I wanted to put on my skates and welcome to my new home in Florida. While we don't have furniture, we've got hardwood. So I figured this would be a perfect opportunity for me to go through some stuff with you. First of all, I'm not going to go into all of the notes. Read the blog that goes along with this video at chaostheoryblog.com, chaos with a K, and it'll go through the actual drills. What I'm going to show you is just the actual skill part of the drills, the stuff that you're actually practicing. So the first thing is a transition from toe stops to skating. We'll see how this goes. We don't have a broom, so. The idea is with the cones that you're going to be running on your toe stops and bursting out of the cones. So you want to be able to skate, toe stop. When you set up the drill, you want to make sure you've got enough space both before and after the cones that you can get a push, hop on the toes, and burst out. I don't have enough space here to really show you the full amount, but that gives you the idea. Backwards laterals. If you're not comfortable with skating backwards, this is actually a good way to kind of practice it. So, my backwards laterals, you want to think about having that good derby position, right? Back straight, tailbone tucked, everything nice and tight. You want to move backwards, side to side, as quickly as possible. Some people have trouble getting started with the backwards. They're like, I'm here, I don't know how to go, and they're not confident enough to step to the push. There are two things that you can do if you're not confident enough to be at a standstill and just push back and step. One is I will actually pivot on my toes, and that's enough momentum shift that you'll start rolling. So I'll be here, and I literally go up on my front heels, shift, and then wiggle my butt from there. Or, when in doubt, wiggle your butt. That's all it takes. It's the simplest little thing, but it really works. When in doubt, wiggle your butt, and that'll start moving you backwards. With this, it's very important that when you come to a stop, we're using our edges. Okay? A lot of the stuff that I covered in this class really focused on edge work. It's a lot quicker to be here and spring than to be on your toe stop and have to deal with stopping and starting. Plus, a lot of newer skaters, to be way up on your toes is not convenient or good for in gameplay. If you're here, you're not rolling. If you're here, you are. Side to side. So there is a drill that I explain where you're going from edge to edge. This is one that you really, if you're not used to moving laterally with a push, you're going to have to practice this. I want you to start on an edge. We'll say that I'm on the inside line. You're pushing off with one leg, leading with the other leg, right? So I'm on the inside line, going to the outside line. I'm going to lead with the leg pointing towards the outside line. As I'm moving, I'm going to have to shift my weight. You do not have to be able to do a mohawk to do this. You just have to be confident enough to stay on one leg while you shift your weight around. That's all this is. It's a weight shift. It's not a true mohawk. You do not want to do this across the floor. You're leaving yourself open for a lot of hits. You're going to push, lead, shift your weight, and then put your foot down again. So again, you're pushing. All my weight is here. I will shift my weight over to put my foot down. What it looks like with a little bit of speed. Again, trying to keep that tailbone tucked, strong back. This is really useful if you've got a jammer behind you, if you've got a wall in front of you, so that way you can use your teammates to block her. The reason we practice going edge to edge, and it's very difficult to go edge to edge, especially when you're not used to doing this, but we practice that because if you can go from edge to edge with one solid push, then you can totally do half the track or quarter of the track with one solid push. So we always want to practice big, so that way we can make it small. All right? Next, I don't have a partner to really show this, but when we're talking about getting hips in front, someone's ringing a bell. When we're going to make a hit, there are times where the jammer is trying to get around us, right? And if we're here and the jammer's right here, and we go in for a hit, this side to side, hip to hip thing, where what we want to do is actually work on getting that foot in front. See how my tailbone is tucked? Again, my shoulder is in line here to move in front and push her back. When we're talking about hips in front, that's what we're talking about. It's about getting a little sexy on the person that you're blocking. Instead of going in with this hip check, which quite honestly, with a lot of jammers now, they can just move their feet and keep on going. I love it when people hip check me. I can do that all day. But if when you're coming up, you step in front, move your hips in front of them, and then as soon as your butt is on their hip, you can push them back. It's all about gaining position. So that's what we're talking about when the notes say hips in front. That's what we want to be working on. It's a very strange motion. If you're not good at using your legs and hips as independent forces, I highly recommend when you're warming up, look a little ridiculous. You know, swing your legs, wiggle your hips, do your shoulders independently, all that kind of stuff. Your body won't be able to do things unless you stretch the muscles out to be able to do those things. So the best way to start getting your body used to it is doing it in warm-up and doing it in practice. And una momento bitte. Backwards laterals, no toe stop. Yeah, edging to the line, cool. With the partner assist, again, I don't have anyone here. You'll start middle of the track, and it is, if I'm throwing the person, you don't want to start the drill here, okay? Because if you start with, you're already holding and ready for that push, we want to think of this in gameplay standpoint. So I don't want to get used to holding my teammates, especially across my body, because this is setting up for all kinds of multiplayers and broken arms. So you want to start in your two wall, right? Two wall, skewer through the hips, wall. As you imagine the jammer coming through, I will take her arm. I like grabbing the forearm. That's just my preference. You will find a place here, and then putting my hand on her thigh or hip, somewhere low. Depends on your partner's stability point. You know, usually putting your hand right here, right where the ass is a little bit flatter, that's a good solid part of a body to hold on to. You push and hold her for that split second, and then just give a little tug back to keep her in bounds. What some people will also do is they'll put their hand open palm on the arm, but they won't actually grab, they won't actually throw. Because you're not actually throwing the arm, you're throwing the hips. So they'll have their hand here, ready to grab. They'll push the hip and immediately grab this way. The point of this is I am assisting her to hit a jammer or another blocker out of bounds and then catching her so that she doesn't go out of bounds and waste that effort, right? We want to pull the cut track. We don't want to make it easier for the jammer to get in front. So push, catch, and then a little tug back to reset into the 2 wall. I would highly recommend when you reset, you do not reset all the way to the middle. If the motion is push, catch, 2 wall, stick close to that line. You don't want to reset your 2 walls. You don't want to get in the habit of, here's the line, I'm going to reset here. Because even if she comes in behind you, now you've given her this whole open line again, right? So we want to still stay tight to that line. So push, pull, reset on the line, and then come back to the middle to do it again. Those are pretty much the skating skills that we worked on. Can opener, some people call them Johnny Rockets or Superman. The can opener is the shoulder back, right? So when you're rolling, you're popping the shoulder back. A great tip during the class came up, if you have 2 people sit back to back like this, and then a third person here, and you wedge that third person's spine in between the shoulders of the other 2 people that are sitting back to back. She can practice, or he can practice throwing that shoulder block backwards to really get used to getting the shoulders to move independently of the rest of the body. This is also great when you're in gameplay to be able to throw forwards. Men are great at this. Oh man, men's derby is so good at that back, throw the shoulder. Watch Bill Coulter from Maelstrom and Tank from the Battering Rams. They do it all the time. There are a ton of guys that are just so good at shock exchange, so good at someone will be pushing them and they'll just pop that shoulder while they're moving backwards and it will drop you. That's also a good way to break your walls. If you hit the seam and you weren't able to get through on the initial pass or the initial hit of the seam, you can just nail them with your shoulders a little bit to try and create some space. It's something else that we worked on. Finally, I'm just throwing this up there. When you're lining up in your walls on that jammer line, a lot of us will, if you're a little newer, if we're really new, we line up like this, right? If we're less new, strong back, tailbone untucked. If we're definitely more vet, we've been lining up like this, right? Here's a little trick. Hopefully you can see me. I'm hoping that through this whole video you can actually see my feet. So you've got that 1 foot cloud. Start like this. See? Because now if someone pushes me, I can control if I want to. If you're on that back line and you've got people in front of you, and they hit you and you've got nowhere to go, that's not a penalty. You have no place to move. You have to move at your next convenient time. The earliest time that you can move, you have to. But if there's someone sitting on you and that jammer runs into you, oh well, all it means is that you're not getting pushed forward. A note about that though, something I've noticed, it's not super helpful if you're doing it and no one else on your team is. Because if I'm doing it and no one else is and they start rolling forward, well, it doesn't matter how stable I am because the jammer's up there anyway. So that's pretty much it for this. Again, check out chaostheoryblog.com and it has the notes from, it's the Stuck in the Middle with You class from RollerCon 2014. My name is Mary Chaos. Thank you for watching. If you have no idea what I've been talking about through all of this, definitely go to the notes and check it out. I have other notes from the classes I taught, Put the Fun in Fundamentals, and also New Skater Survival, Scrimmage Tips up on the blog as well. You might just have to search for them. Thank you very much for watching. If you need help with one-on-one derby coaching, or you have a request for a video that you'd like to see me explain or demonstrate, particularly if it's a solo skill, though I do have a roommate who skates now, so I'm sure that Violet Traum will let me hit her. please send me derbymerica@gmail.com. I also do health coaching with Derbalife. Would love to help you get onto a great nutrition path. If you need any help with lifting, I've been helping a lot of people with that too. Let's get you training right. And I'm also a member of DNA Coaching. So if your league is looking to bring in a great boot camp, myself, Antidote, Need a Stretcher, Brazilian Nut, Zip Block, all the ladies from Philly, we'd love to come and help you out. So thank you again for watching, derbymerica@gmail.com, and stay tuned to my YouTube channel because I'm sure I'm going to be putting some more stuff up here soon.